everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Shauna and welcome to Shauna's World. Yay! So, how's everybody doing today? Yay! Yes, I hope you guys are fine. I'm doing fine. I'm happy go lucky, but not always. I'm not always happy go lucky, so don't think I wake up every morning just like, yay. I mean, although I would like to be like, yay, and I try to do yay every morning, but sometimes it's not always like that. It's not realistic. But however, I hope everybody's doing fine. It's cold here. I know I still got my little I'm still adjusting, getting back used to the way of living here in Germany. It's getting cold here. Yesterday I was at a tournament with my daughter, a tennis tournament, and it was freaking cold out there. In the beginning it was nice, and then when it started to rain, it started to, finally they got rain over here because they didn't have rain over here like pretty much the whole summer. And so, it rained. It was like rainy, and then it was nice weather. It was rainy, and it was nice weather. So it was like on and off. And then that breeze kicked in, and I was like, whoa, this is cold. I saw people out there with their like slash winter jackets almost. And I'm like, oh, where's my jacket? I just had like a normal jeans shirt on, and I was freezing my tail off. I'm trying to look cute, but I was freezing. You know that, guys. You want to look cute and you sit up there cold. Well, that was me. So, I was freezing. So, Fuerteventura, it's not that here. The turnover's been nice. I've been back a week already, and I see, the weather's been nice, but it's heading in the cold session. Cold time of the year. It's September. And I don't know, I feel like this summer just pretty much flew. To me, the summers aren't long enough. That's why I say, I know, guys, it's time to eventually think about migrating to a warm land. I'm just not feeling winter anymore. Yes, I know winter can be beautiful, but I don't like cold weather. I don't. It didn't bother me before, but now, it's so nice to wake up and then have the sun shine. Your attitude is totally different. You really have energy. You're like, let's go, let's do this. I'm sure that you have the moments where you're like, oh, okay, because I even heard over there, in Fuerteventura, people were complaining. They're like, I can't stand the sun anymore. I'm like, excuse me? They're like, actually, I'm looking forward to a gray day. And I'm like, excuse me? Yeah, I'm looking forward to a gray day. I'm happy when it rains, or I miss that. So I guess like everywhere in the world or anything you do, you always have your pros and cons. So just living in an ambient or a climate where the weather's always beautiful can also, I guess, after a time get boring. But in the meantime, I would like to experience that because up to now I have not experienced that. I've been living in areas where I've experienced all 4 seasons or 2 or 3 seasons. And I would say Germany is like 2 or 3 seasons because here it usually goes from hot to cold, or it goes from um, hot, no, from cold to semi warm, and then back to cold again. And you really have either 3 seasons, maybe sometimes 2, depending on the area where you live. So, and people can say as much as they want to say, like, oh no, you do have the 4 seasons here in Europe or in Germany. That's not true. They're lying. Okay. So, however, yes. So yeah, that is a big dream of mine. I definitely want to go to an area where the sun is shining. Yes, I want to experience that. Especially now that I'm getting older. So, like I said, I'm not feeling the coldness. So, Yes, I got some topics to talk about. This time I took my notes. Yes. I want to hear you guys' opinion. I was listening to this video this morning, and shout out to Willie D. I don't know, you probably never see this video, but however, I like watching him from time to time. I think he's a really cool YouTuber, and he talks on really, I like his topics. Some political, but some like every day where you're thinking, okay, never even thought it, never took it into consideration. But he was talking about this one video that this lady had posted, and basically she had had a baby shower, right? And I don't know if you guys have ever been to a baby shower or if you've had one, but normally if you go to a baby shower, I've never been to a baby shower. I've had one, but I've never been to one. Nobody ever invited me to a baby shower. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. Let me think. I know that sounds strange, but I've never been invited to a baby shower. That's not so common here, like it is in the States. Maybe that's what it is. It's not a common thing. Because I've known plenty of people who've had babies, but none recently, because all my friends are pretty much around my age. So, but however, yeah, this one lady had made a post, and she was saying for all those people who didn't bring a gift for the baby shower, you must leave. Do not attend or don't come or something to that effect. And so Willie D, this one YouTuber, was commenting on it. And it sounds harsh. It sounds like, what kind of statement is that, But then he got me thinking, and then he was like, yeah, it sounds pretty harsh, when she's, asked the people to leave who didn't bring a gift. But I kind of understand it now. I mean, he went into depth and explained why he felt the way he did, and I had to agree with him. I'm going to link the video below so you guys can see it as well. But I happen to agree with him. I also agree. I agree with this lady. If you don't bring a gift, you should not attend. Now, I mean, most people will be like, wow, that's pretty greedy, or that's pretty... I mean, but think about it. I mean, I would never, in general, I mean, whether it be a birthday, a baby shower, any type of event, I would never come empty-handed. I don't think I ever have. Whether it's a dinner, I think out of respect and courtesy, I think you should bring something. And for those who don't bring anything, it's a little bit, I think it's a little bit selfish, and it shows that I have no respect. Now, a baby shower, I mean, it's true to its meaning, baby shower. Baby should be showered. So if you're going there to surprise, to give support to the mother, and to also offer up a gift. I mean, everybody knows how it is. If you haven't had a baby or a child, those gifts, they come in handy, because there's a lot of things needed when, having your first child. And everybody knows you need diapers. I mean, whether it be a pack of diapers, whatever it may be, all gifts and things are needed, because kids can be quite expensive, and babies, so for one to go there, and in the States, like I said, I know it's really common in the States. It's not so common here in Europe. I don't know what that means. I can tell you why, but I'll tell you after I'll tell you some traditions that are here in Germany where you guys are going to be like, oh my gosh, is that true? Yes, it's very true. However, basically, if you're having a baby shower, it's about, the mother and the baby. So yes, you should provide a gift. And I know it's quite common that when people have a baby shower, over in the States that they provide food and drinks and just a nice time, nice little entertainment time, right? So for those who go there and just go empty-handed and just like giving a person a hug, I think it's quite selfish because you're going to go there and you're going to eat up the person's food. All that stuff costs money. So I totally get it. And no, that's not being materialistic. I think it's disrespectful, if that makes any sense. I think it's very egotistical. Is that a word? Egotistical, or very selfish if you go to a party and not show up with anything, especially a baby. So no, I agree with this lady 100%. I just think a lot of people wouldn't say it so direct like she did. I don't know if I would write that, but I would definitely be talking to my partner or friends and be like, oh my gosh. Or maybe not to my friends, but I would talk to my persons who were close to me and I'll be like, oh my gosh, this person showed up and they didn't bring a gift for the baby. That's quite weird. That's quite like, let me come over and eat up your food and that's it. So, no, it's not being materialistic. I think it's out of courtesy. And I would say the nerve of you. So for all those who would have the audacity to go to a baby shower and not bring a gift, shame on you. Yes, I said shame on you. Because you should bring a gift and show support. Even it doesn't have to be anything like extraordinary. It doesn't have to be a Gucci cradle or a Gucci outfit or anything like that. Some of the simple things like diapers, maybe bottles, anything. And today everything is affordable, so there's really no excuse. Nobody can say, I don't have the money for it, because you do have the money. It's not that costly, it's a thought that counts, and, maybe you don't have the time, then give some money. I mean, €10 or $10 or whatever it may be, I, and it's the same with the birthday party. It's the same thing. I'm sorry. It's not selfish. The birthday party is supposed to be about you. So if you're having a celebration, I think the least you can do is come with a gift. But you do have people who will show up at your birthday party, eat up your food, and not contribute nothing. Now in Europe, or I would say, I don't know how it is in other countries, but in Germany, and guys, you won't believe it, but it is very much so true. When you have a birthday here, it is not common that the birthday person or the person who's celebrating their birthday is not common that they get treated. Actually, it's the other way around. You have to treat everybody else, meaning if you invite people over to your birthday party, you have to provide the food. If you decide to go out, you have to pay the bill. All the cost is on you. I know, how crazy is that? It took me a while to adjust to that, um, that that way, because I mean, when I came over, I was 26 when I came to Germany, and so of course, I was like, I mean, that's your special day. That's the one special day where you feel special. Why do you have to invite everybody? I'm sorry, I still don't get it. Um, I'm anyway a type of person, I like to entertain, so it doesn't bother me to if I have a party to invite people over. I like to do that because it's just nice. But I don't get the part where I have to invite everybody. Today is my day, so I think I should be treated and not the other way around. I'm sorry, but that tradition I just never stuck with, and up to today I have not done it. So no, I'm not a selfish person. I like to give, but on my birthday, I'm not going to invite everybody. I'm not picking up that bill. No, no way, Jose. So Yeah, I know it sounds crazy. And, I was definitely one of those type of persons in the States, once when it's your birthday, you feel special, right? You like, everywhere you go, you get discounts on items. You just tell people it's your birthday, you usually get discounted, or you get a free meal. What maybe that's not the case in Germany. You don't get that. One second. Okay, guys, so I'm back. Ooh, a lot going on this weekend. Ooh, the sun is out. It got bright. Okay, so yeah, getting back to the party events. Yeah, so that's my opinion. Yes, if you've been invited to an event, I am in the opinion that you should bring some type of gift. I don't think it's enough to just bring yourself and be like, "Hey, I'm here. I showed up for the effort," because anybody can do that. So yes, if you come to my event, I do expect something. I'm sorry, and I don't think it's disrespectful because I know if I was invited to your event, I would do the same. So I'm sure there are a lot of mixed opinions and probably think, oh, that's materialistic, but I don't see it as materialistic at all. No, I think it's like um, yeah, I think it should be, yeah, somebody's inviting you to something. I think you should have the courtesy to give something little, whether it be something small. It's the thought that counts. It's to show a bit of acknowledgement to that person who's ever hosting whatever party or event. So I'm curious to know how you all feel about it. Get down and comment. Let's get the conversation going. I would love to hear you all's opinion. And it's okay if you guys disagree. Write down why. Would be very interesting to know. I think it's a very interesting topic, and I'm sure a lot of people have come across these situations. I hear it from my children all the time. Wow, I invited this person. They didn't bring me a gift. So, and I'm like, oh, that's not nice. And like I said, that's not the idea that you inviting that person because you expect to receive a gift. No, but I think it's just out of common courtesy. It's your day, so you should be celebrated. And there's no excuse. Whether it be €5, €2, the fact that you acknowledge them, that you say, "Hey, look, I recognize it's your day. Thanks for inviting me." Blah 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 blah. So yeah, I would like to hear you all's opinion. I think it's a great topic. And yeah, I thought it was interesting, so that's why I thought I would talk on it. Yeah, my next topic is, oh my gosh, I had this topic before, and that was part of the reason why I had to make a little bit of a pause because I wanted to share my experience at one of the games for my daughter yesterday. She had a tennis tournament and she was doing really well, but I'm often coming across these aggressive parents and their children. And I know I guess I'm quite naive when it comes to sports and competition. I know things can get quite ugly. I had this situation before, but this time it was on a different level because I felt like, this one parent to this one child was extremely, extremely provocating and really tried to get my daughter um, uh, to get unconcentrated and as well as the child also was trained. Now with tennis over here, it's common that when there's a game, the parents are instructed to stay out of the games. They're not allowed to, if they see something like if a child calls out a ball, the parents are not allowed to intervene, which I think is great because it teaches the child to handle the problems on their own. Now, of course, there are certain situations where the children aren't able to come to an agreement. So if that's the case, then they usually get a referee. So yesterday was the case. Shalana had my daughter. She had won the first set or first game, and that was all fair and square, no problems. But the second game that she played against the girl, this girl saw that she was losing, and of course she was just like, no, that ball is out. And normally if the ball is called out on that person's side of where they're playing, then you normally have to offer it, or honor it. But it was obvious that this girl had a tactic because, first of all, she went to the restroom, which is actually not so good when you're playing a game. Normally, you should do all that while playing a game. Tennis should be straightforward. But you do have these people who want to get you out of your routine. So they'll go to the bathroom, or then they'll call out every ball you hit, and they'll call it out. Just unfair play. And so there was this obnoxious parent, and yeah, unfortunately, my daughter won the first set, and then the second set she lost. And I know it was due to this obnoxious parent. And at the end, towards mid game, I had to intervene, and unfortunately, I had to exchange some not so nice words to this guy. I mean, I didn't curse this guy out, but I definitely told him what he was and how he was acting. And even the referee said something. But however, his daughter was still allowed to carry on throughout her game, and I could tell that my daughter was somewhat demotivated because she felt treated unfairly, and she was in that aspect because honestly, the game should have been stopped, and this child should have been immediately disqualified. But however, she was able to carry on her game. And so, it was unfair. So we're debating if we should write the what do you call it, the administration who was holding the games, and complain about this father and child, because apparently they're known for this. I had several parents who approached me and said that they experienced the same thing. So how is this child still able to play, without being red flagged? Okay, this guy should have a warning. Look, if you carry on this behavior, your child will be disqualified, and points also. There should be some type of, penalty for that. So, yeah, I'm going to try to investigate. But, yeah, parents and their emotions is crazy. It's so crazy because, I find that some of the parents are more competitive than the kids. And they really mess their kids up. I mean, this is supposed to be fun. And when you have to go there and these parents are putting that type of pressure on their kids to win, yeah, we all want our kids to win, but we also want our kids to play and have fun. And these kids that were invited to this tournament, because this tournament was really special, and it was like the best from the best in the region. So, everybody wants to get that title, of course, but not in that way. It's not worth it, to start, playing dirty tactics. I know it's unfortunately how our world works. You do have people who can't handle failure or losing, so then they start to pull out, their bag and start to figure out, okay, how can I win this back? How do you bring that? How do you teach a child that, Yeah, I just want to make the statement that parents need to get their emotions under control. And if you're one of those parents who finds themselves putting that pressure, maybe you don't even realize it. Maybe you should think about working on yourself. Maybe getting some therapy, or what I do, because we all want our child to win, right? What I do when I go to these games, I take my headphones, my good old headphones. Yes, those things work. You can block out a lot of negativity with those headphones, but unfortunately the child can't, because when they're playing, that's not realistic, unfortunately. It would be very nice if you could be able to block out the outside and be able to concentrate specifically on a game, but I know that's not realistic, because as you go up, as you get higher, and you start to compete with really, I mean, people from all over the world, I'm sure it gets nasty. People come out with all types of stuff. And you also observe it when you're watching tennis matches, and some audience member might yell out something obnoxious or, just to get the player off guard. I mean, you have to be hardcore, really. I mean, when I read the book from uh, um, Serena and Venus's dad, and what he did to prepare his kids, I say, wow, he knew exactly what was about to come, what his children were about to face. And I think if they didn't have that training, God only knows if they would have been where they are today, because it really prepared them. I was also thinking maybe I should also, do something like that for my child, get her prepared mentally, because tennis is not also, or I think any sports to that matter, it's not just being able to come through and win the game and have good technique, but mental wise, you have to be solid. You have to be like non-breakable, because there are going to be so many people throwing rocks at you with their comments and etc. It's our world today, unfortunately. So I would say that's a challenge. Really, yeah, preparing your child, and these parents out there, they're awful. They're absolutely awful. So, yeah, I would love, if you guys have any tips, or if you've been there and know what I'm talking about, please write your experience down. I would love to know. Um, what would you do? How would you react? Would you confront the parent? Would you go into all, would you go, there have been some games, and especially with soccer. Soccer in Europe is like the American football. Um, but maybe even more on an extreme level, because people really get aggressive. I mean, I've been to some soccer matches from some of my kids, especially my son, and I've seen parents who've gotten to a physical altercation because they were angry. People are like, they're monsters when it comes to sports. I never knew that. I was never one who was into sports, but I see it. There's so much emotions and aggressive people. I mean, let out. When these games are being played, they don't. It's not. They take the fun out of it. Because they just put so much emotions in wanting their team to win, or wanting to see their child win. I don't know. Maybe it's also because they're saying like all the time that and money they invested. But we all have to keep in mind, these are kids. These are kids, and it's just not fair. It's just not right. And for those parents who are known for, going off and popping off, and, doing these type of mean tactics and coming out with your emotions, shame on you. Shame on you, because that's bad. That's bad. Like I said, kids should go to, when they're playing sports, it should be fun. Fun. So, yeah, I wanted to share that. And I think in general, I think mental training is actually something they should offer in school, because not only can you apply it to sports, but I guess anything in life. We all need some type of mental training. How to block out the negativity. Of course, like I said, with sports, it's even more extreme, because not only do you have, like I said, as you start to, um, escalate in your game level, and you start going direction of trophy, and really get, the crazier it gets, there should be some type of mental training for kids, and perhaps for adults as well, you know. But however, drop a comment below. I would love to hear what you all think, and what your experience has been. And if you have any tips, I would love to hear your tips. So, next topic. Yes. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, so yeah, my next topic is, yes, I want to give a shout out, and I don't know if that applies to you, for all the mommies who are stay at home, mommies who really care for their kids. And yeah, I want to give out a shout out to you all and say that you are appreciated. And I don't think you guys get enough recognition. That includes me too. Yes, I'm included because I am a stay at home mom. Plus, I try to do my little side career. But in general, I'm one of those moms. So I also want to recognize and say shout out or give thanks. And I think you guys should be recognized as being appreciated. And you should not feel bad because you decided to stay home and take care of your kids. And I think, unfortunately, society has a way of trying to, yeah, make you feel kind of a certain way if you decided to stay home and take care of the kids. And I just want to give a shout out to all the moms and say thank you um, for sacrificing yourself. Yes, sacrificing yourself, because you do want somebody has to sacrifice, right? And I don't think mothers are recognized enough. I've heard this topic before, you know, and like I said, it also applies to me. And I'm proud. I'm proud of the fact that I was a stay-home mom, and I don't feel guilty in any aspect. And like I said, and if you were a stay-at-home mom and your kid's a little bit old enough to become a little bit more self-sufficient, then start doing things for yourself. And you should not feel bad. You should not have no guilty feeling. Take time out, start working on, whatever you would like to do in order to build yourself up, you know. Yeah, I wanted to mention that because I believe I was looking at this another video. Yes, I was on YouTube. I'm always on YouTube, guys, and listen to these different stories. And right now, there's an entertainer. What's his name? What is his name? Everybody knows him. Okay, I think everybody, maybe not everybody knows him, but he's a neo soul singer. I mean, actually, I never got into this guy's music, but um, what is his name? Nino, Neyo. Him and his wife right now are currently going through a divorce, and it's come down to the point where they're in court and they are fighting. Let me see, where is that video? Where is that video? Yes, Nino, that's his name. Yeah, him and his wife are currently in court right now because it's come down. Um, they're trying to figure out how they're going to separate the assets, and they're right now arguing about the alimony, which I think that should even come into question or come into play. Now, in the States, I know very much so that the women there, they have way more rights, or they have way more, it's more respected than over here in Europe, or in Germany, should I say in Germany, because Europe, I can't really say. Each country has their different rules and laws and regulations and how they go about solving these type of disputes. I know my experience when I was separating from my husband. Yeah, it was, the question came in often, how does that work with alimony, which amount would be, um, which amount comes into play. And so listening to I mean, of course, that's been settled and stuff. or it was settled. But, listen to other stories and how the court system here is in Germany. It's awful. It does not honor the mothers at all. I've heard so many cases where the father was able to kind of escape, having to pay alimony. And if so, if the father or the mother or the working spouse, however, did pay alimony, it was really the minimum, which I don't think is fair, because if you are accustomed to a lifestyle, why should you have to um, be required to give up that lifestyle if you came into the relationship with an agreement, maybe not a written agreement, but with an agreement that states, hey, listen, I'm going to take care of the kids, you're going to work, you're going to be the provider. So if that's the case, that means, like I said, it entails sacrifice. So one obviously has to give their career, or the idea of um, not having the time to invest in their career. Somebody has to take care of the kids, and so yeah, that is the case with this one singer and his wife. Um, they're in dispute right now, and Nino has apparently been having affairs on his wife, and so they have three properties, and she has, I believe, she has smaller kids as well. I'm not 100% sure, but however, she wants to have alimony, and plus she wants to have one of the homes, or be able to still stay in the house or reside in the home that they had once shared. They have two other properties, which I think is totally fair. And so Nino apparently made a statement, allegedly. I didn't really investigate, but this is what I heard. I was listening to this one YouTuber, and she really does do, she investigates, and she's very well informed. But, listening to the conversation, apparently Nino was like, he didn't agree that she should receive alimony. Of course, he would pay child support, but he didn't think that his wife was entitled to alimony. And I think, wow, that's awful. I mean, think about it. Nino is where he is today because he um, he was able to concentrate on his career 100%, even though he had also produced children with his wife. He was given that freedom to enhance his career. Now it takes two to tango. Now, obviously, she could have been like, no, I too want to stay. I also want to enhance my career, so I'm not going to sacrifice. We're going to share. But apparently, she was okay, and he was also okay with the fact that she just stays home and takes care of the kids. And so now that, the wife is like, okay, look, I've had enough of your affairs, I want to separate. He's angry, and he's like, look, I'm not going to give her anything. She's, our children are pretty much becoming that age where she's able to get a job, and, she can do this, and I'll just pay child support. I'm thinking, no, that's not fair. She should be able to benefit also from his earnings, up to a certain amount of time. And she should also be able to continue living somewhat of the lifestyle that she's accustomed to. Now, in the States, that's quite common. But over here, it is not that. That's not the same. Here, if your child reaches a certain age, then, and the spouse or the father feels as though that the wife can get out there and work again, and earn money, then she will be required to do so. And I don't think that's fair. I really don't, because if you hit a certain age, it's not so easy to go back and jump into the working world. People are not going to take you like that. You sacrificed your life, and depending on how old the kids are, if you wait until they were 18 and then, they expect you to go out and get a job and everything's going to be hunky dory and you're going to have a normal life. No, it doesn't work that way. You're going to have to sacrifice, and I don't think that's fair. No, I really don't. So, um, I hope that this woman is able to receive her alimony and also be able to still reside in a family home, because she made huge sacrifices in order for her husband to reach the point where he has reached. If it wasn't for her, because it takes two to tango to make kids. And yeah, I think the agreement should be honored. She should be able to continue to benefit until she's able to come up and able to sustain her own life, or at least up until the child is 18, or some type of agreement. I mean, I'm not an expert at this, but I think somehow she should be recognized. One second, I got a package coming in. Okay, so I'm back. So yes, no, I don't think it's fair. I think he should be entitled to take care of her, um, at least up until she's able to fund herself. Like I said, I know it's different in the States. Women have a lot more rights um, than over here in Germany. I don't think they do. I don't think they look after women at all. Not at all. Not well. They get cheated out of a lot of things. I mean, but that's a topic by itself. It's not fair how women or the mothers are treated over here. So um, I still want to give a shout out to all the mothers who, like I said, stay at home moms, because without you all, wow, where would the world be? Yes, yes. And you should not feel bad. You should feel good, because you did also participate. You sacrificed to make sure that your child grew up correctly. And also, you sacrificed your career and gave that other partner the opportunity to go out and be able to build themselves. So yeah, you should be recognized. So I recognize you, and I hope eventually one day the rest of the world also recognizes you. And I think one day of Mother's Day isn't enough, honestly. There should be a few days. There should be a whole week. It should be a celebration. And not maybe not even just mothers. I'm sure I don't want to discriminate, because I think fathers, there are also fathers who, do the same. They're mother, stay at home fathers, and the mother goes out and work. And they should also be recognized. If you stayed home and took care of the kids while your partner was able to, build up their life and the kids are doing good, you should also have a shout out. Wow, kudos to you. So, yes, that's what I wanted to say. And this Nino guy, I don't like him. No, mm-mm. Just because of that factor. Because I think that's bad. That's not good. That's, to me, that's not a real gentleman or a real man. You know, um, I would say for those young persons out there who are watching my video, and you guys are considering marriage, perhaps that's something what you need to write in a contract. I personally believe every couple should have a written agreement before entering into a marriage, because marriage it's a big contract, and if there are no rules and things that are already regulated, problems do come up. People change, and it's just like when you're entering into a business. You don't enter into the business without a contract. Well, marriage is also the same. Love alone is just not enough, unfortunately. Yes, we all would like to think, no, love, you shouldn't have to, but it is what it is. People change, ideas change, and people sometimes get amnesia, forget sometimes the commitment and the contributions you've made, or whatever that may be. But however, I wanted to talk about that and address that because I thought, wow, the nerve of this guy. So, next topic. Yes, I'm so prepared. I'm so proud. I know this video is long. I know another long video, but I got a lot to talk about. So, the next topic is yes, I saw this movie, The Fall. Now, I don't know if this movie's already out in the state, but guys, if you have a chance and you're considering which movie to go see, I would say save your money. It's not worth it to see this movie. It was long drawn out. It was so stupid. These two girls, it started off, they're climbers, and it was two best friends and one of the woman's husband or boyfriend. And the movie started off that they were climbing this crazy mountain, wherever that may be. They were like free crawlers. I have no idea. I don't know anything about the climbing world, but it looked like they were free climbers, if that's the title. But however, they were free climbers, and they had like the minimum equipment. And I mean, they were climbing. They didn't have that much gear. They just had like a rope, and they didn't even have a helmet on. I thought normally if you climbing, you have a helmet on your head or something. But however, they were all climbing, and they were climbing a very steep mountain. And one of the girls' boyfriends lost his grip and fell. And due to the height and to the weight, the rope that he had and wasn't able to hold him, and so unfortunately he had fallen, and that was the end of him. So of course the girl suffered, and she was very depressed, and I guess didn't really want to climb again. So her girlfriend had convinced her to go out and climb this. It looked like a tower. The tower was huge. I don't know, kind of looked like a TV tower. I don't know. It was a tower, and this thing was. It looked as tall as the Eiffel Tower. It was way up there. I mean, it was really high up, and so they wanted to climb this ladder. It was in the middle of nowhere in the desert, and they wanted to climb, or the girlfriend wanted to climb this with her friend. And so somehow she convinced her friend, to get over the loss of her boyfriend, and to prove that this, due to this accident, that you will continue climbing, And so the girl agreed. Of course, she was paranoid. I mean, who would blame her? I mean, she just lost her boyfriend, and I mean, kudos to her to be able to get out there. I don't think I would have done it. But however, they climbed this ladder, and I mean, it was like climbing up the beanstalk. I mean, this thing was it was way up in the air. I don't know how many feet they were, but it looked like it was so high up. I mean, it was obviously above the clouds. In that aspect, it was unrealistic, because if you're climbing up that high, how are you able to breathe? As you go up, the air gets thinner. So that alone was so, like, not realistic. However, they climb up, they make it to the top, and they're doing their pictures. One of the friends has a drone, and so she's flying the drone around, and they're doing all these amazing pictures and selfies, and then it comes time to climb back down. Now, this tower that they climbed, it was very old. The stairs that they climbed were rusty, and so when they climbed up, a few nails from that was holding the ladder to this tower had popped out. And so when the one girl was climbing up, one of the nails had popped. So of course I gave you the indication that this thing is going to give when but the next person who climbs on it, it's not going to be there anymore. And so that was the case when they got all the way up there, and then they wanted to go down. the one ladder snapped, and they only had, that was the only ladder that was up there, you know. So it was stupid because these girls, that was so irresponsible to make such a big move and not tell anybody where you are, location. It was just, it was annoying. So basically they get up there and they just get stuck. And so then of course they got to figure out how they're going to come back down. So I'm not gonna give any spoilers, um, because maybe you want to still see the movie. But I would say if I were you, I would save your money and wait till it comes out on TV or pay TV. I would not go to the movies. I can't believe somebody would go to the movies to see that. I was so bored with the movie because you just kind of knew what was going to happen. However, I don't want to give any spoilers, but the ending, how it ended, was just so okay. It was typical. I would give the movie from 1 to 10, probably a 4 or 5, 10 being the highest. I would probably get a 4 or 5. It was very predictable and it was unrealistic because they were too high up and they would not have been able to breathe without having the proper equipment. It was just too high up. It was literally like they had climbed Jack and the Beanstalk. It was like a beanstalk type of tower up there where the planes were flying. That's what it looked like. And what's the normal height that the planes fly? 25,000 feet? Or something like that? I don't know. It was just unrealistic. And it was their struggle on how to get back down. I didn't like the movie. Wasted time. I even fell asleep. So don't waste your money watching it. Yes. Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to end the video because it's very long. I know it's an hour, but I had a lot to talk about. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. I'm going to carry on doing my makeup. And yeah, I'm going to bundle up because it's cold. Even though the sun is shining, it's kind of cold out there. I think the temperature out there is like, I think we got something like 60s, high 60s, low 70s, something like that. So it's not so hot over here anymore. But yeah, however, yes, thank you for joining me. And yeah, if you have some comments, drop your comments below. Don't be shy. I want to hear what you all have to say. Give me some of your opinions. I hit on a few good talking points, so I would love to hear your opinion and what you think, and how do you feel about stay-at-home moms, and how do you feel about, people going to the games, parents taking their aggression out on their kids and games, and, and what was the other topic? Yeah, gifts. Gifts at events. I would love to hear your opinion. So, however, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. I really would appreciate it. And it doesn't cost anything to give a thumb up. So, thumb up, guys. Thumb. And if you'd like to hear more from me, subscribe. And for all my subscribers who subscribe with me, thank you for joining me, and thank you for subscribing to me and taking the time out of your day to watch me. I hope that I hit on some topics that have you thinking. And yeah, if you have a comment and want to voice it, do so. Don't be afraid. We all have different different ideas, and yeah, maybe your comment might help somebody else to give them some thought, in the case you disagree or you agree. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you for joining, and yeah, I'm going to carry on with my makeup, and yeah, don't go nowhere. Stay tuned for the look, my end look. I know I'm looking like, now, but okay, I'll see you guys. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere.